Hi, my name is Kristen Edgel, and this is for journal number 3 for Literature of the Quest. Neo was living a double life, and he was curious and wanted to find out what the Matrix was. His calling to adventure was when he received a phone call from Trinity telling him to follow the White Rabbit, that essentially ended up being a tattoo on a woman's shoulder. He eventually decides he wants to find out what the Matrix is, and he leaves his old life behind by taking a pill. The call was to initiate Neo's interest in the Matrix because he was destined to be the one. And he struggled through a series of events and gained different abilities that was able to be done within the Matrix world that would help him defeat the agents. Neo's call was different than mine, though. I was working as a bank teller, and I was comfortable in my workplace and the job I was doing. At the time, I attended Cincinnati State to get my associate's degree in accounting, and at my job, I worked with only 2 other women, and I developed close relationships with them, and my manager was striving to teach me different skills, sort of being a mentor. The reason why she was trying to be a mentor to me is because she knew that I only worked in the restaurant area, and I had no skill sets for being in an office-like environment, and this prepared me for what was going to come for me. After working there for a year and a half, both my coworkers ended up quitting. I had to train people that were above me, and I was miserable. Even though that I loved my job, this was not the career path that I wanted originally. It's just a stepping stone to where I wanted to be. I was about to graduate with my associate's degree from Cincinnati State when I realized that this isn't even the job that I wanted to do. Because I went to school in finance and accounting, that's the type of job I wanted in the field I wanted, and I made up a new resume and began my search on a third-party website that has job listings that are available for different places within the field that I was trying to search for. I submitted my application for something in the accounting field, and in doing so, I found a position that I wanted to do for 2 years previously, but the position wasn't available at that time. I immediately applied for that position, and after I applied for that position, I ended up getting an interview through an email about half an hour later, and after the interview, I ended up getting the job, and this was in the accounting field, and this was a struggle for me because I've never done this in the real world, just textbooks. So Neo's call was different because the phone call from Trinity was sort of random and out of the ordinary, and my call was already present. I didn't want to do this at the bank. I knew I wanted a job in the accounting field, so my calling was already present. I just needed to work myself up to in being capable of doing my job. My coworkers quitting was kind of the extra nudge I needed to do my call because I was comfortable working with them. I really wasn't pushing myself to be in the accounting field somewhere. I was just comfortable in my environment. Neo's call was different as well because he struggled with his identity and figuring out with himself, like figuring out if he was considered the one. I have always had this goal in life, and that is to be successful. And my calling of applying for this job and getting an interview in which I got accepted of the job is what I've dreamed of for several years. So I knew this is where I wanted to be, whereas Neo had to make the decision in whether that should be his place in life or not, or just to continue to live his old life. Thank you.